Chainsaw nerds.
3 months ago, I talked about the surprising fact that for $50 you can actually get a pretty decent chainsaw. Sacrifices have to be made in terms of what you can cut. But for general yard work, you can get a surprising amount of usability and reliability. Case in point, the Remington Lemon Trim. Today, I'll be talking about an almost identical tool by Greenworks, the 20222. Both have 14-inch guide bars, both have limited power, 8 amps on the Remington, 9 amps on the Greenworks. The purpose of this review is try and figure out which one is best. Number 1. First impressions. Like the Lemon Trim, the 20222 is made primarily from cheap-looking plastic. Aside from that, my first impressions were positive with easy-to-follow instructions and a setup time of between 10 and 20 minutes depending on experience levels. Like any well-designed electric chainsaw, it starts in seconds, no cord pulling/cursing required. It is worth noting that unlike the photo on most sites, chainsaw expert Chris Ross suggests that the 20222 is indeed equipped with a 14-inch guide bar, not the 16-inch pictured. Number 2. Performance. 9 amps of power is about as low as it gets. That combined with the 14-inch guide bar meant I tested it solely on small jobs. In fact, I followed the exact same plan as with the Remington. I started with one large stump measuring 12 inches. And then moved on to a few basic yard work tasks like branch trimming and log cutting, etc. In terms of performance at least, I have to say it's a draw, and that's a very good thing. It takes its time with large stumps. But for smaller jobs, you'd barely notice the lack of power. This translates to a tool that's perfect for yard work and will still handle the occasional bit of storm cleanup or small tree removal. Like the Remington, the price means that it can't really be faulted. Number 3. Ease of use. Arguably the biggest difference between the two is that 20222 weighs an extra 1.5 pounds. Personally, I didn't notice the extra weight, however, thanks to the well-designed wrap-around handle. If anything, it feels lighter than the Remington, especially when trimming at slightly awkward angles. Like the Remington, the 20222 is a genuine pleasure to use. For a start, you get all the usual perks of electric over gas, namely faster startup, less maintenance, if any, significant drop in decibel levels, and obviously zero gas emissions. Adjusting the chain tension requires zero tools. While it can take a while to get used to, the eventual result is adjustments that take a fraction of the time. Similar efficiency levels can be found in the automatic oiler. Keep it topped up and it will keep the chain well oiled automatically. This is not only important for cutting capacity but the overall lifetime of the chain itself. In terms of safety, there's no chain break, but this is generally expected of chainsaws in this class. The Remington is the same. There is, however, a handguard and a safety lock. Number 4. Reputation. A lack of reviews would generally worry me, but it appears almost identical to its predecessor, the 20122. That model was rated many times and came out at exactly the same score. Reviews for both models complement their versatility below 14 inches, reliability, and overall ease of use. If you're on the market for a $50 chainsaw, you basically have two options, this and the Remington Lemon Trim. In terms of power, the difference is negligible. In terms of ease of use, the Greenworks comes out ahead slightly thanks to its superior wrap-around handle. The only downside is that it isn't backed up by over 350 reviews. For this reason, I will say that it's pretty much a draw. And that the choice comes down to whether you want an easier-to-use tool, the Greenworks, or a tool backed up by over 350 reviews, the Remington.
Subscribe to Chainsaw Nerds